Okay, test 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Dragonite, and welcome back to Roleplay Storytelling Part 4. So, I am sorry for the delay. We were 2 requests short, but I decided to go ahead and do it anyway. I have been extremely tired. So I've been kind of crashing a little sooner, so I haven't been able to get around to make the video. But a lot has happened since our last video. And I mean a lot. A lot of good stuff. And I hope we get to that point. Although I will warn you now, there's a section in the roleplay that I do not like so much, just because it was my own stupidity. But you'll see what I mean later on, if we get to that point. If you want to see that point, well, you know, keep bringing them requests. Keep them coming. Anyway, we left off with me kind of getting my butt handed to me by a giant android. So, you know, Supreme Kai had to come save me, fix my broken ribs and all that. We ended up going back to, don't mind the sunglasses, this is just how I normally would be if I didn't have a scouter on all the time. Anyway, getting back to it. We left off with that. So we're back here, and we're about to explain ourselves to the Supreme Kai of what happened. A lot happens in this courtyard, by the way. Just gonna give you that little teaser right there and leave it at that.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm just gonna park it right here and tell the story. So, we warp back to the time nest here, or as we're calling it, the Supreme Kai time chambers. And the Supreme Kai, you know, she summons a chair behind her and falls into it. And she's got a bit of a headache. You know, she's got a bit of a headache, and she literally says, "Alright, explain to me what he wanted." So, my character, you know, he just nods and, you know, just starts explaining everything to her. You know, telling him how he was making an offer to us, how he just said he was testing me in a way, you know, all that weird stuff. And, you know, she's rubbing her chin, you know, just like, why recruit you two when he's already the strong himself, you know? Is he trying to build an army? And Cross, you know, he's like, we have reason to believe that is exactly the case. As silently I'm sitting here thinking, so the words he said being, "You have such potential, don't waste it." And Supreme Kai's like, we're building a Saiyan army for what? And I'm just kind of lost in thought, and I'm looking at that gash on my shoulder from, you know, from where he nicked me with his beam. And Supreme Kai's, you know, her eyes start glowing yellow, and she's floating around searching the timelines. I'm just like, what's this guy testing? My durability? If I would sense the attack coming, what's he want? You know, what's he trying to test here? Because I mean, that is a question one would ask. So, Cross, you know, he comes over and repairs my shoulder. And he's like, there. It's like, huh? Oh, you know, thanks. Didn't have to, though, Because, it's just a little gash, a little flesh wound, nothing serious. And I'm still being troubled by this poor man's words. Next thing you know, just out of nowhere, the Supreme Kai, she's kneeling on the floor. So we run over, and then she's like, Corona! Or Cronoa? Cronoa? I still trouble. I struggle with the pronunciation. Don't hate me. Anyway. Cross is like, stay with us! And, she's panting. Her eyes start going back to normal. And she's like, I used half my energy earlier, repairing, Draka's injury and keeping the android in place. And I'm like, dang it! It's like, okay, I'm here. I'm just taking her. I tell Cross, give me something to lay her down on. She needs to rest. And I'm like, get me some senzu beans. Because, I'm trying to tend to her. I'm trying to tend to the wounds, and plus, sensus can restore energy and all that instantly. I'm having a sip of cold black coffee here. Pugh. Hate black coffee. Prefer some cream in it. But anyway, back to the point. Yeah, he's like, okay. She's like, no, it's fine. Just give me a second, Typical stubbornness. Then she whistles and ends up calling Toki Toki. Who just comes in like, Toki! And I'm still holding her in my arms. I'm just like, no arguing with me. You use too much of your life force as it is. You need to recover. And I'm just looking at her eyes, like, please. Because, she's used half her freaking energy just healing me. And, so on. And Cross is like, Cronoa, you need to rest. And she just holds up her hand, showing an image of the cyborg, to Toki Toki, telling him, please learn wherever you can on him. And she's like, alright, I'll rest, just don't. And, she ends up passing out from exhaustion. So, I kiss her on the head, and after I lay her down, she's like, don't worry. I look at Cross, like, hey, go check Goku and them, make sure they're alright, will ya? And I'm gonna stay here and keep an eye on her. And he's like, gotcha! And, Toki Toki flies off. I just watch them all leave, and I sit holding her hand, trying to give her some energy. Because I'm trying to help her recover. And I'm just like, I'm right here. And I try to contact Whis on my comm. And Whis is just like, hello! And I'm just like, Whis, can you come to the time chamber? I need to talk with you, if that's okay. And I'm just, I'm looking down at her, still holding her hand, because, And Cross is like, Goku, you there? Because he's trying to use his comms, I guess. And he's like, Goku's like, I'm here, what's up? And Whis is like, is this something wrong? Again, I apologize for my poor Whis impressions. I know, I'm horrible at it, but I'm trying. And I tell him, and Cross is like, are the others safe? Because, he's talking to Goku. And I tell him, we have another problem, and Cronoa is down. She used too much life energy and passed out. And Goku's like, they're fine, just taking care of a rogue Namekian, because they're off on another mission, Trunks and Vegeta. Then all of a sudden, Demigirl of all people walks in, pushing doors open and using Whis' voice like, really? No, well, I'm here. So Cross is like, you. And as soon as I felt his energy, I instantly go blue evolve, just like, ugh. Because keep in mind, this man is an enemy who tried to take over Toki Toki and destroy the whole freaking town of Toki Toki City in the first game, if we all remember this. So Cross goes Orochi? I think Orochi's how you say that. Almost a million. Demi's girl's like, restrain yourselves, you two. I'm not in the mood to fight right now. And I'm just watching him, but I'm not dropping my guard. I'm just like, what are you doing here, Demi girl? Because, again, evil. And Cross is like, what do you need, demon god? And, he just rolls his eyes like, ugh. You don't listen to him much, do you, ever since you two started being lovebirds? Disgusting. I tell him, I know you helped find the Dragon Balls. With the Dark Star, Soto and Mir don't find them. And I just return to base for him, I stay between him and, obviously, Supreme Kai. Because I don't want this dude trying to kill her, obviously. I'm just like, but I have to ask, why help us? Because, what would he gain? And he's like, looks like I've been mistaken. You do listen, then, over fighting. Because I'm not a fan of Mechabora, or Mechikabora. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. He's like, and I know him than anyone else to be far more dangerous than I am ever since I've been trying to take over Chrono's place as the new Kai of Time. And then we go to a bunch of Japanese that I'm not even going to go into. So, skipping all that stuff, I'm like, so are you here to help us or what? And he's like, oh, bloody hell, get out of my way. And he shoves me away and he's holding a hand out to her. And I'm just watching, ready, if anything seems off, I get ready to go at him. Her eye twitches, she's barely seeing Demigirl, and he just, he makes this energy spear in his hand go right into her body, which basically he's giving her energy. I'm sitting here just trying to keep myself contained, because I don't want to, I don't know what's going on. I'm just like, ugh. He's like, you gonna calm down or what, moron? I'm helping you. And Cross apparently slaps some sense into me. And I just force myself to calm down. I just walk over and, I do the same thing. I hold out my hand. I lend some energy. And her eyes, begin to open. She's leaning up. And she's like, oh, didn't think you'd come so soon, but why help when you had the chance to kill me? And Demigirl, of course, is like, would love to. But wouldn't matter if that old Demon Lord's still around. That's why I have this. And he summons the first Dark Star Dragon Ball. And he's like, my warriors managed to get one from the Demon Realm. Try not losing it. And I silently sneak away without them noticing to Kanton. Because my dude, he's fuming about the fact that he's standing here with Demigirl allied with him. Because this guy obviously caused a lot of trouble. Anyway, she takes the Dragon Ball and, she tells him, you have my word, I won't. And Demigirl's like, you better. So Cross, he asks her, Chronoa, you feeling better? And she's like, yes, my strength is back now thanks to Demigirl and Draga? She's looking around for me and Demigirl's like, lover boy left. Speaking of which, I need to take myself to Kanton because, again, I'm trying to reenact all of this. I should probably change my sunglasses to my freaking scouter. There we go. Get over to the area here. And meanwhile, she's like, shut up. You know, giving the annoyed face, you know. Yeah. And he's like, that is good to hear. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hey, bring it over to Kanton. So I come down here to the waterfall. You know, I'm just splashing some water on my face. If I can get my dude to drop, there we go. Yeah, about around here. Yeah. So yeah, I'm doing that. And now I just give a heavy sigh. Little did I know, atop the waterfall is Xeno Gohan. And he happened to be meditating up there, just happened to hear me. You know, I'm just here staring at my reflection, clenching my fist, and just, you know, I just slam my fist at the reflection, so I'm trying to deck myself. And I end up putting my fist through this ground, because let's be honest, Saiyans are super freaking strong. They can pretty much shatter a cliff with one punch. And Gohan, he descends down, land next to me. He's like, yeah, something wrong? Obviously, this is, oh, if I can do this right. This is my reaction, because, you know, I didn't even know he was there. And then I fall back surprised, like, yeah! And he just blinks a little, like, oh, my bad. Didn't scare you there. And he's like, Gohan, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. You know, I obviously forget. My armor's all tattered. My uniform ripped up from the fight. Because, you know, I didn't exactly stop and repair that. And he's like, you sure you kind of beaten up in the last mission? I mean, did it not go so well? And, you know, I basically started telling him, you know, Android, he was here. He attacked us. He lured me and Cross away. He was trying to recruit us. Most I did was make crack his armor. You know, I just dropped on my knees feeling useless at this point because, you know, I trained day and night trying to get strong and stop these things so I can protect everyone, but, you know, this is going to be a ongoing thing, people. My character has a lot of doubt in himself, as I told in earlier episodes, so just bear with it. This is character building here. It gets a little better as we go, I promise. Anyway, I told him, you know, Cronulla was out minutes ago, and I just had to, you know, I told him what happened with Demigraw. I told him I had to get out before I did something stupid, you know, because knowing me, I would have done something stupid like attack Demigraw or start a fight. And Gohan's like, that's a lot to take in. Mind stepping in the waterfall real quick? You know, I just, you know, come on, there you go. So I just, you know, I go up and, you know, I do just that. Obviously, I can't get completely in the waterfall, but you get the idea. And Gohan's like, no, close your eyes. Try clearing your mind, relax your body, don't think of anything. So I close my eyes and I do what he tells me. But, you know, I can just hear, you know, everything going on in my head, but Toro's voice, you know, everything that's been eaten at me. Gohan's like, focus. Let it all go. So I breathe and I clear my mind till all of it's quiet, you know? And seeing this, Gohan's like, feel at peace. And take a deep few breaths. And, you know, my hands kind of tremble a little bit, you know, you got fear creeping in, but, you know, I try to continue breathing calmly. He tells me, you know, keep that pace for a minute. And I forget my comms are on. Yeah, at least my comm to Cronulla, because I was talking to her earlier. So I'm like completely unaware she can hear every single thing going on right now. And Gohan's like, you can open your eyes now. How are you feeling? And I tell him, you know, I guess a little better, but, you know, I still don't feel strong enough. If I don't break my limit, you know, I'm screwed fighting Demigrog, because he's wanting to go 80%, and I could barely last a round against anyone. I don't know what to do, Gohan. I want to keep her safe. I want to keep everyone safe. And Gohan's like, you certainly remind me of my dad. He has nearly the same goal as you do. Just continue your training with Vegeta like you have back in the day. When you're new, I'm sure him and Dad will have you much stronger than before when training together. I wish I could provide help, but I gotta help with Pan. You know, helping Pan train. And I'm just like, huh, how is little Pan? Should we go Super Saiyan yet? Because, you know, I haven't seen Pan in a while. It's possible. And he's like, she's getting there soon. You know, I'm just like, she's a tough kid, like her dad. You know, I give him a smile, and I'm just like, you know, thanks, Gohan. You know, I reach to go turn my comms on, and it's like, oh, great, because, you know, I'm unaware that my comms are on, still, until that moment. And she calls me over the comms like, you okay now? And Gohan's just like, heh. You know, he's chuckling because he obviously could tell. And of course I'm blushing a bit embarrassed because, you know, I didn't realize it was on still, and like, I think I should be asking you that. Because, you know, I left her in a bit of a state. She's like, I'm right now thanks to you and Demigod. Try not blaming yourself. I promise you will get strong soon enough, but take Gohan's advice. And Demigirl's like, try not sulking too much, hee. And of course he gets smacked in the head. He's like, "Da!" And, you know, my eye just starts twitching. Just like, ugh. I just turn back to Gohan like, Gohan, how do you do it? When Videl was absorbed, how do you keep it cool? Because, you know, like, right now, this dude's pushing my buttons. He's, you know, he's driving me nuts. It's like, ugh. You know, my dude's anger is just, ugh. And he's like, I had to restrain my anger and only use it at the moment when I needed it. To rely on it. When fighting, I stayed focused, knowing I would get back with the Dragon Balls. And if I failed, I had faith in Dad and Vegeta. And when he says Dad, he obviously means Goku, you know? So, I look down, I look back out, and I'm like, yeah, anyway, I should let you get to Pan. And I guess Cross, you know, he comes back to Kanton. You know, he's a bit bored. And I just start walking off, you know, going to Broly's energy, you know. To check on him, you know, see how everything's going. You know, I don't even bother getting out of my torn up uniform. Please go away. I'm not here for you. Not you guys, the Namekian guy. I don't have time to talk with NPCs right now. Anyway, Broly would be around, maybe around here, something like that. I had to roughly guess it from what little map I've got to work with here. If not, maybe a little more over this way. Yeah, he'd be sitting here chatting with Limo and Chile. Or Chile, however you pronounce it. And I just walk up, I sigh relief, because they're all fine. Like, hey, you guys okay over here? Broly's like, hey, Draco, what happened earlier? Because, and I start thinking of a lie, because I don't want to worry him. It's like, nothing. Just some training got out of hand, got a little carried away. Nothing to worry about. And Broly's like, oh, okay, that's good. And then I was like, then why are there so many time patrollers called? Again, my dude was unaware of this at this time because, yeah. It's like, I don't know. I must have missed something. I'm trying to play it off. Then you see Cross, just like, to be blunt, me and Dragon discovered another scene for Android. We're gonna need the big guy's help. I'm just like, don't tell him that. He will lose it if. And I just move closer to him, and I'm like, he'll lose it if he finds out I nearly died. And Broly, he's just completely confused. Like, what? Because Broly's obviously never seen an android. And Gross is like, you don't know about the androids, do you, Broly? I was like, huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. He's never met the androids. I'll introduce you later. Anyway, just take it easy for now, I have to head back and see the Supreme Kai. Then Cross reveals a scar on his chest that I guess went down to his sternum at one time. He's like, Android 17 did this to me a while ago. Broly's like, okay then? And I'm like, anyway, try to stay close to each other for a bit for me, okay? You're no danger, but till we get this resolved, it's better to not be alone for too long. Because I'm just telling him as a warning. He's like, it was an accident, he said, and then he didn't know his own strength, of course. I forget him by now, but the pain that was forever etched in the back of my mind. And Broly's, he's trying to listen to both conversations, rubbing his head, just taking it all in, giving a light nod, the smile and nod. Just, being Broly. So I start walking off. I'm just like, let's see if Demigirl's left it. I head back to the Supreme Kai's place. And Cross is like, yeah. So, we're gonna do that. Ooh, I just realized I'm gonna have to scroll way up on the Capsule Corp one here too. See how much I can squeeze into this episode. Because we have a lot of catching up to do if we're anywhere near I'm glad. Anyway, I walk in, I stop basically just a bit short of here. And I'm searching for Demigirl's energy. And Cross is like, I don't feel a signature at the moment. And I keep searching. I go up these steps and I'm about to try and go in. I'm still searching like, And then this dude named Shamel is like, what are you two doing? He stares down stares down being behind us. And I just, I brace myself ready for a fight, but I don't actually attack him. I'm just sitting there like confused. Like, and Cross is like, who are you? Wait a second, your energy seems familiar. Smells like I work for Demigirl. And I guess he's like, is that you, my friend? I just sigh and I keep calm. It's going on top of me. And I'm just like, friend of yours. And he's like, I don't know who you're talking about. Only allied of mine is Robilio. Or Robilu? I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. He's like, what's your business here? Demigirl is having a meeting with the Kai. And, Cross is like, I see. Let's go, Draco. He waves his staff, making a barrier blocking the path. And I I just sigh and I start to leave, like, figures he's still here. I'll be on Bears' Planet training. She can call me when she's done. Camille's like, I'm just like, something you want to add? Because, you know, I'm not in any mood for this crap. Or at least my dude's not, so, you know. He's like, if you were wondering what our business was, it wasn't with Demigod, it was for Renault herself. He's like, I understand that. But like I said, they're having a private meeting. Either wait or come back another time. Cross like, I suppose I can wait. I shake my head like pretty across. The only way we'd get in is if it was an emergency. If anything, wait here for me to keep an eye on him. You can let me know where. You can let her know where I am, and I just, you know, I go to Bierce's planet. And he remains there with his eyes closed, and, you know, he sighs. And he releases the barrier, walking to the front to keep guard. And Cross, you know, he's asking about the android, and, you know, like, you have any idea about this android that showed up? And Shell's like, I do not. He's like, well, okay, yeah, I need to go to Bierce's. I have a lot of scrolling to do for Beerus. Beerus-sama. Especially from today. Or, well, technically yesterday, if I'm going to be honest. Okay, just scroll up a little bit. Bear with me, guys. I'm like trying to find this stupid point. I'm a-looking, I'm a-getting. Obviously, I can't get the Beerus' planet here anyway, so bear with me. Ah. Here we are. So, I arrive using my instant transmission, right? And I calm Cross and I tell him I've arrived. I tell him, take time to regain your strength and relax. You know, that was a rough fight. You know, I started training. And Whis notices me training myself. You know, he just chuckles lightly to himself. I'm just like, I need to go harder. What can I do? And I'm just annoyed, you know. I keep training. Like, I gotta get stronger. Stronger than Mira and Toa. Stronger than that android. Stronger than any other surprise that's gonna pop up tonight. Oh. Sadly, I probably jinxed myself saying that, but you'll see why in a minute. Getting back to that. Eventually, I get fatigued. But I keep going, you know. I'm just like, I wonder. I don't know. I start counting my senzu beans. I'm gonna do something stupid here, folks. And I'm just like, 3 left. I better make them count. And I take a deep breath. And it's like, you know, I think to myself, I know you're probably gonna kill me for this later, Cronulla. I have to push the body. So I power up to my max form, and then I use the Kaioken times 100 again. And I try holding it, you know? Like, I actually try to maintain it. And Whis is like, oh my, I didn't thought he pushed himself that far. But is like sensing a huge burst of energy and goes like, huh? Like the normal ones. I'm just like, because, you know, my body starts ripping it apart, and I keep trying to train in it, you know what I mean, senzus, you know, to keep my body from giving out. I'm just like, you know, raising in it, unaware that I was actually being detected by people there, because I didn't know there was people there. And Cross is like, Draka, that's enough! You know, trying to tell me to stop. You know, I'm just ignoring my comms, and I'm just, you know, I keep pushing, you know, I gotta try. And, you know, I feel it slightly becoming less harsh on my body as I keep eating them and holding it. He's like, I won't let you risk it anymore. It's too dangerous for you, such a degree of Kaioken. Especially when you can only handle up to multiple of 7. Or, well, he can. And I know I only have 1 senzu left, and I try to hold on longer before I return to base and eat it. You know, I'm just breathing real heavy. I drop to 1 knee. It's like, what more can I do? If I can't break my limit, I'm done for next time that android shows up. You know, and that's not a lie. That android's tough. He's very strong. So Cross, he's like, and yet you pushed yourself too far yet again. You're never gonna learn, are you, Draco? Oop, I got a ping. Oh, it's the wasteland. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me, bear with me. There we go. Sorry about that. Beers. Planet, there we are. Anyway, I look up, you know. Because Cross, you know, he came here from Time Nest. I look up at him, you know, sweat dripping off my hair, and, you know, my face, because obviously that's a rough thing to do to your body. And I tell him, I can't break my limit if I don't try Cross. I don't even know what my limit is at this point. One minute I feel like I hit it, but then it's like, I don't know, it feels like there's something slumbering, but I just can't wake it when I need it. If you could see my face, you'd know that's supposed to be a little hint. Whis is like, you keep training so intensely, you will nearly injure yourself permanently. Use that technique too much. Even Goku's smart enough not to go overboard with the Kaioken. Till you have fully mastered it, including the evolved form of Super Saiyan Blue. Cross is like, training alone will not unlock Ultra Instinct. That's something you told me, isn't it, Whis? And I'm just like, oh, hey, Whis. I'm guessing you know about the battle with the android and Demigra. Ugh. Whisa's like, trading by yourself can get you strong, but a strong partner fighting uniquely can increase your power much further. And yes, I know about the android. But Demigra I do not know about, blocked off by the dark magic whenever I try gaining intel from them. Hmm. Sorry about that. Give me 1 minute. New. Okay, here we are. And Cross is like, Whis, I think I'm ready to take the next step. And I'm just like, he's in a prime maze, Carnoa. We can't see her till he finishes. Obviously, I'm trying to keep calm at this point, because I don't like the thought of her with Demigra. And my fists are clenched tightly at this point. I'm just like, it's bad enough he had to help her revive her, because I was too weak to not nearly die in that fight. Though she had to use so much life energy. Yes, that's something my dude hates, is they had to be helped so much. Because, you know, who wouldn't be a little, you know, beat up over that? And Lisa's like, well, it seems like you both got a lot of training ahead, but are you two positive or you can trust them to go alone with the Springcraft time? And he's like, please, show me how to master the Silver Demon technique. And Lisa's like, it's Ultra Instinct, not Silver Demon. And he's like, I need to know how I can master this. And he takes the, again, I think it's the Orochi form? I'm just like, no. I know if I try to break my way in, it won't end well. Demigra is helping gather Dark Star Dragon Balls to keep Telmir from getting it, but I don't like it. I don't know how. I don't know what to do. You know, I burst into Blue Evolve, and it's like I can't trust him. I can't just sit and do nothing while everything I care about is at risk. Because, yeah, you see moments like this a lot, but this is a lot to take in when you're, you know, you guys get it. Anyway. And he crosses like the Orochi blood. I need to know how I can master it. You know, I just give a sigh and I power down back to base. Just like, y'all tell me to rest. And it will help. If I do, I just look at them both, like, you know, Whis and Cross. It's like, at least do me, no. At least do me this one favor. Cross like, what do you need? And I just, you know, close my eyes, like, notify me the moment Demigirl leaves. I need to know she's okay, or at least have her contact me. And Cross like, well, I can still feel her key, so that's a good sign. You know, so I focus for a second, and, you know, I sense her key. And, you know, it still feels strong, like, you know, she feels okay. I'm like, alright, I'll rest for a day. I know a place where I can go, so she doesn't have to worry. I just have to make sure it's okay for me to stay the night is all. Otherwise, I'll sleep in the desert area of Kanton, or Wasteland, or what you want to call it. AKA, if you give me a second to fly over there. Just gotta fly. Basically over here with the giant mushrooms. Desert, wastelandish looking area. This place gets used a good bit too in the roleplay. Because it's like one of the safest places you could spar or fight without, you know, really doing too much damage here to Kanton. But yeah, it's basically like this. Anyway, he's like, "You've seen what happens when my Orochi blood takes over, but I haven't told you about it, Draco." And, I just turned to him with my opening my eyes, like, "Do tell." Like, do tell, because I'm actually curious. Like, please. He's like, "I am the Ninth Heavenly King, in the vessel of a being named Orochi." I'm like, not sure what that is, but given what I saw against the android, I would argue it is an interesting technique. And I turn my comms on, and I look back, I'm like, "I'm heading off, I'm trusting you to keep an eye on things." He's like, "I will." He's like, "Before you ask, I'm heading to Capsule Corp. I'll be there if Bulma allows me to stay at night. I'll call if I end up somewhere else." And so, I headed off to Capsule Corp. Bear with me. Doing something. Boop. And boop. So yes, Capsule Corp. Scroll, scroll, scroll. So much scrolling. So much to catch up on. So much scrolling. Ah, there you are. Okay, yeah, here we are. Okay. I need to get to the right area. I believe it's this one, yes. Wow, that's yes. Here we are, Capsule Corp. Here we are, Capsule Corp. Anyway, let's go. I can't go inside, obviously, because this ain't, Kakarot where I can go in freely. But anyway, getting back to it. I walk in, I go to the front desk, and I'm like, "I'm sorry, but is Bulma or Vegeta in? I need to see them." And, Bra happens to be there, because I saw her earlier that day picking up my armor. And she's still at the front desk, and she's like, "Hey, you again, what's up? My dad's on a mission in Goku, and my mom's in the lab." I'm like, "Oh, hey, Bra. I had a question, and I needed to ask your mom if that was okay. Should only take a second, or a minute." So "Yeah, be my guest." I'm like, "Thanks, by the way. Turned Super Saiyan yet, or are you still working on that?" And I just give her a bit of a friendly smile, because, that's a question I was curious about. She's like, "I'm up to 2, which means she's up to Super Saiyan 2. I'm just like, "Nice." Anyway, sorry to bother you again, Bra. Don't tell your mom. And I hide, my armor behind the desk, because, it's really banged up and bad. Because I don't want people knowing, I almost got myself killed today. And I'm just like, I'd rather she only see the other damage. She doesn't, I nearly died today. I walk out to find Bulma. And Bra's like, okay. And, a little upset. And Bulma would be making upgrades to a time machine in the lab. And I try to hide some of the rips and stuff in my uniform, aka the tight, skin-tight black uniform you can see underneath the armor. And I'm just like, "Hello? You in here, Bulma?" She's like, "Oh, hi, I'm under a time machine. Who is it?" And, she's screwing a wrench at a couple parts. I'm just like, it's me, Draka. Sorry to barge in on you like this, but I had a question to ask if that's alright. She's like, go ahead. So I'm like, well, Springkai and we both have pretty much at this point ordered me to rest because I've trained too intensely without resting. I was wondering if you would be okay with me crashing here for just the night in one of your spare rooms. You know, because let's be honest, there's gonna be a lot of spare rooms in Balmo's place. It's like, oh sure, you definitely if you've been ordered by the gods pretty much to do it. You know, we have plenty of spare rooms. And I just look down, I look back up because I'm still a bit upset. And I'm just like, I'll try to keep it tidy. If you need me, just holler. I'll be crashing early. So I head back to the front with Bra, and I put my scatter on there. It's like, hey, Q watches for me. Just, if someone calls, push this button to see who it is. If it's your dad or Goku or someone, just let me know. If it's Supreme Kai time, wake me immediately. And she's like, seems urgent if it's Supreme Kai herself. I heard you two are a thing, is that right? I'm just like, blushing a little bit because I didn't know she knew this. I'm just like, yeah, I'm guessing you have your dad to thank for you knowing that. Because, let's be honest, Vegeta's not the gossiping type normally. He ain't. Let alone Xeno Vegeta. She's like, well, you did it in public for him and Goku to see. I'm a little embarrassed and I'm blushing about it. But I'm just like, honestly, bro, I'd like to see her before I try to rest, but sadly I can't. She's gonna meet with Demigra, who has the chamber guarded. So, anyway, I'm sure you know how to use one of those, so just get me if she rings, please. She's like, wait, what, Demigra? The heck he doing here? You left her alone with him by herself? And along with my voice tone, my head lowers. It's like, we have to work with them to find the Black Star Balls before Mir and Toa. Plus, he revived her when she was passed out from using too much of her life energy healing me. I hate leaving her with him. I want to bust in so bad and ensure she's safe. The fact if all else fails, I'm willing to give up being happy to become the next destroyer god just to make sure her and everyone is safe should tell you how much I hate this. I love her, brah. And if he hurts her, no hell will be safe for him. Like, the plane. Or realm, or however you want to call it. Because I will hunt him down. I just walk off to my room. She's like, oh, Draka. She can tell I'm upset. I'm worried. So I just walk into my room and I head, straight to the hot shower. Pull out a little capsule, stuff that let me clean my uniform. Don't want a bad smelly uniform, Then I head to bed and, I sleep for some hours. But, the nightmares, they still come back. They haunt me and I toss my thrash in my sleep. Finally, I should awake. Like, ah! Because, nightmares will sometimes do that to you. I look around, wipe my head. And I just get out of bed and get dressed before I hear a knock on the door. It's like, So, I make the bed and stuff, because again, I did say I would try to keep it tidy. I go open the door. And Bra happens to be there. She's like, you okay? You've been making quite a lot of noises. I'm just like, oh, sorry, it's just nightmares again. I keep my eyes, down low, because I'm trying to get the image out of my head. Because when you first wake up, sometimes you're still going to see that crap. We all have had that, I'm sure. It's like, you should head back to the chambers. Maybe during McGraw's not gone now, so you can have your mind cleared up with Cronulla. I'm just like, maybe. So I focus, trying to feel her key, but then I noticed Demigrod's still there. I'm just like, doesn't seem like it. I can still sense him there. She's like, who cares if that bastard's there? I don't trust him one bit. And I was like, I don't either, bro, but if I just go busting in there, it could just make things worse. I don't think Renault would take kindly to me interrupting a meeting over that. So she's like, I understand. It's all good. I'm just like, if you even can get in. He has a guard there stopping anyone from getting in. She's like, it's not going to stop the Princess of All Saiyans. And of course she gets that Vegeta smirk. Let's be honest, we all know the Vegeta smirk. I'm like, you're definitely your dad's kid. Or your father's child, however you want to call it. Like, but it's not that simple. Demigirl's no fool. Plus your parents would kill me if you went and got hurt over this. She's like, well, then that's why I'm going myself so you don't get in trouble. See ya! And she taps her wrist going away. I'm just like, wait, what? Crap. Like, Lord Bears is enough to worry about. I don't want to wake up for that match. And I just remember she still has my scouter with my comms on. You know, it's like, oh no, I hope Chrono didn't hear that. Okay. I gotta go back to the chamber. So she warps to the entrance, and just mind you, I can feel the key and all that from this battle. I'm just gonna skip that part, so I'm not sitting there, you know. And she was like, She's like, yo, demon, step aside. I need to see Supreme Kai. And he's like, you'll have to wait there still. And she's like, blah, blah, meeting. Yeah, I know, been too long. I don't trust you, and I'm going to ask again. Step aside. And she bursts into Super Saiyan 2. He's just glaring over her like, please don't make me do this. And this is the first time I actually see Bra fight as a Super Saiyan 2. So I thought this was kind of cool. She's like, you can try, and he summons the staff, and of course, being the daughter of Vegeta, she has a chuckle and all that. So she dashes towards him, teleporting in front of him, and sucker punches his face. I should probably go ahead and move this to there, because I will end up at the chambers. He needs to tilt his staff over, blocking the punch as he gets back. You know, he pushed back. I'm like trying to read this and keep an eye on the screen. Apologize. And she's like, ha! And starts having barrage of strikes at him. You know, he kept blocking the strikes with the staff, you know, starting to sweat a little bit because, you know, he didn't expect this. So she uppercuts his gut hard, like, you're wide open! And he ends up coughing up some saliva, like, and swinging the staff over, hitting her cheek. And hitting her cheek, she slides back a little bit. Excuse me, dang hiccups. And she's like, ugh. And she's got a little bruise on her face, and she just smirks, looking at him like, is that all you got? He's like, arrogant girl. He holds up a staff, you know, making an imprisonment ball. She's like, the heck? Not her exact wording, but I'm trying to keep it family friendly here. And he makes the staff glow, you know, causing her to get shocked by purple electricity inside of the ball. She's like, ah! Because it hurts, obviously. And he's like, give up, you can't win. She's like, I am the daughter of Vegeta, and I don't ever get up. Yeah, I don't get up. So Sorry, it's like real late. She's like, I don't ever give up. Tah. Why am I saying get? Ugh. Anyway, English me. Duh. Go on, kitty. Move along. Get on my lap or whatever you're doing. Kind of in the middle of something here. My apologies, my cat wants my lap again. Come on, lay down. There you go. Anyway, as I was saying, she puts her hands together and gets a Gallican stance. And he starts, making more Bolt Striker, trying to, trying to get her to stop. And obviously she's like, Gallican! And he sees it break through the imprisonment and actually gets hit, crashing against the door. And Braw's like, who's winning now? And Schmel, he's bruised up, holding his chest, a little blood's leaking out of his mouth. And Cross is like, come in, are you okay? And she actually forgot about my scouter. And she pushed the button like, I'm fine, I'm checking Cronoa. And, she pushes the scouter, turning it off, and punches the doors open. Demigirl's like, don't you think it's rude barging in without permit? And she literally just decks someone in the face, which had me a little happy. It's like, I could give a crap of that. Where's Cronoa? And she's like, right behind you. Obviously looking different. And she's like, Cronoa? What did you do? Yeah, this part was not good for my character, because he freaking lost it. You'll see in a second. Demigirl is like, doing all of you a favor and ending this once and for all with Mecha Kabora. I just need Spring Kai to have the same thoughts as I do. And she's like, we're both finishing this, but forgive me, brah. I need you not in the way. And, she fires purple lightning at her, shocking her enough to cause her to revert back to form, knocked out. She's like, Supreme Kai, why? She's like, forgive me, brah, but it's for your own good. And he's like, be thankful that you're not our enemy, for now that is. And she's like, Basically, she's evil, corrupted Supreme Kai. She's got the red eyes, the white hair, all that stuff. I use intermission. I'm just right there at the second, and I'm like, brah! I run over. She's breathing normally. She's okay. She didn't get killed. Cross, he's like right there. The girl's like, it's time to go. And I'm just like, look over, like, no, I should have been here. My dude's trembling, like he's starting to lose it. She's like, very well. And she just looks at me, remains silent for a moment and just starts walking over to her. And I'm like, no, Debbie girl. Like, I go at him. And I guess seeing Brawl on the ground was exactly what Cross needed to awaken his silver demon fully. He's like, that is enough! Ah! And Demigirl's like, you two can thank me later, Saiyans. And, she's silent, watching, basically. And I'm just majorly losing it right now. I'm like, I'm going to kill you! Don't mind my cat being a little pain in my butt. And Chabelle teleports, slowly transforming to his demon god state, making a big red barrier around all three of them. And Cross is like, it's time for this place to return to Father Gaia. I just slam my fist right into that barrier, dude, like my dude does, but you get it. You get it. Yeah. Let's maybe do something other than just stand here. There you go. Just, yeah. I put my fist into it. I'm just I go full power blue, and Jamel's like, master, because obviously that barrier's not gonna hold. And he's like, and Cross is like, I can only hope that you will forgive me. And Demigirl's like, I know what's leaving now. And Granola, she teleports in front of the two of them. And Demigirl's like, Granola, and she's like, I will take care of this quickly. And I start cracking the barrier because I'm putting more and more into it, and I'm just like, you're gonna pay for this. And she waves her hand, making a pink aura, kind of slowing my movements a bit. And Cross channels the Oraichi doesn't work in disrupting the area within a couple 100 miles. Basically, he makes it so that their aura flickers. It weakens their ability for a second. I'm just like, I'm trying to fight through her thing. I'm just like, why? She's like, Girl's like, I'm going to end the demon realm with Demigirl. You will wait for our return. She feels the aura fading a couple times, and the barrier fades off from Shmel. Demigirl's like, looks like I'm going to fear. And I just bust right through it. I'm like, you're going nowhere, but that back to, you can get it. The underworld, basically. I just smash my heart into his. I headbutt him real hard. Because at this point, my dude's ready to beat this man to death with his bare hands. Let's be honest. And Cross approaches Brawl and holding her hand like, you're gonna be okay, kiddo. And Demigirl's like, ugh, insignificant monkey. And he bursts his aura out, smack me across the face. And Brawl, she's unconscious, but I guess she notices, he feels her hand, feels him holding her hand. He's trying to revive her, like using a restore capsule on her. She ain't waking up. I just take the shot from Demigirl, and I just slowly turn my head back to him. My eyes starting to shine a bit, just like, is that all you got? Because let's keep in mind, at this point, Demigirl couldn't even beat me as Super Saiyan 2, if you want to go off like Xeno 1. And, what's happened since then. And I just punch him real hard between the eyes, putting him into the ground, and then I lick it over to his little friend Jamel there. And Cross is like, this has to do something, because he's trying to, get her alive, get her revived, eat her wake up. Demigirl's like, gah! And Jamel, he forms a spirit blade, swinging at me, swinging around him, basically warping him and Demigirl away. He uses his staff to, do it. Corona's just like, pity. Should have trusted me handling it because she feels my presence coming. Cross is like, bro, please. He's busy with that. So Xeno Vegeta comes flying into the chamber, looking around. And he's like, brah, because I just look at him like, I'm still fixated on the, my lady here. Like, why trust him? You said we'd do this together. I'm not dropping my guard, but, I do come up, I go up to her. It's like, I said I would see you safe, even if it meant giving up what I had to be happy. You and the others are my strength. And Goku comes in like, oh no! And, he lands down behind, seeing Supreme Kai. And Cross is like, bro, because, he's still focused on her. And she just looks up at me with her red glowing eyes. Like, desperate times, desperate measures to end this war. And obviously, she wasn't speaking as herself, but she's like, but don't worry, I'll be back to you soon when it's over. She touches the side of my cheek, she teleports away. So I just stare for a minute, obviously got tears coming out of my face because, I'm upset. And then I just, I explode, all that rage starts coming out. And Cross is like, bro, please wake up. So I turn around and I fire orb of energy and some life force I have at her, to revive her. And Vegeta is Xeno Vegeta, mind you. He's running over, kneeling down, holding her in his arms, like, bro, no, you please don't go. And, he's instantly mad. You know, Goku's like, wait, Vegeta, I think she, you know, ends up raising his power, you know, literally pushing everyone away. He starts crying a little because, you know, he thinks his daughter's dead. And I'm just watching, you know, because I'm waiting for the energy to kick in. Cross is like, Vegeta, calm down. You're key making a massive comeback. He's like, whoever did this is going to pay. And he bursts into Super Saiyan 4, but continued raising his ki, and his hair starts growing longer. So I still land, you know, I'm still having some tears come out of me because, you know, I just watched my woman get turned evil and taken away. And I put a hand on Bra, and I'm like, I failed Cronoa, but I won't fail you, Bra. Thanks for having faith in me. Because, you know, she had faith in me. She went through all this trouble for me, and, you know. So, still my blue form, I put as much life force and everything I can into her as it takes to revive her. And Cross is like, you're gonna be alright, aren't you? And I just look at him with my eyes still, you know, still kind of burning. You know, just like, it doesn't matter. Right now, she's all that matters. Goku's watching Vegeta, you know, kind of cover his eyes. And Vegeta would finish powering up to a Super Saiyan 5. That's right, we got Super Saiyan 5s in this, people. Because he's got the red eyes, the white hair, and all. Bra would slowly begin, you know, coughing, opening her eyes. You know, she looks at Vegeta and is like, Dad? And then Cross is like, Bra, you're alright. And I just, you know, I'm smart enough to step back and let Vegeta go over, you know. I start heading for the doors, aka out here to, you know. And Cross is like, thank goodness. And Goku grabs my shoulder like, wait, Draco, what happened? And Goku's like, let him go, Goku. And Bra's like, oh jeez, I was just unconscious. And he's like, just don't want me like that. Because, you know, Vegeta's not one normally for showing emotion right off the bat, but, you know. She's like, okay, Dad. You know, she smiles. Cross, you know, he gives her a loose little hug. And it's like, what's important is that you're okay, especially to me. She's like, oh, thanks, Cross. And Vegeta just takes a sigh, you know, he lets her go. And I'm just like, it's my fault, Goku. I left her alone with Demigraw. He turned her into that while I was resting like you all told me to. This is my fault because I didn't stay. So I'm gonna go do the last thing I can. As long as Demigraw lives, she is stuck like that. I will become a destroyer. I will erase Demigraw, and I will save her. I failed to protect her, Goku. And my eyes are kind of shining a bit still. Like, I won't fail to save her. And Cross, you know, he's resting Brawl's head against his shoulder, and he's like, I don't think you understand. Goku's like, don't be a fool. You don't need to become a destroyer for this. We'll look for her together and get her back. Brawl's just like, and Vegeta's just glaring because this is his kid, you know, this is his baby girl. Like any protective father, you know, he ain't gonna take kindly to, you know, someone possibly flirting. I mean, keep in mind, this is Vegeta. He's not someone you want irritated. Cross is like, it's my fault. I didn't get here sooner. If I had, this would have been avoided. And I would have been able to protect you. Ra's like, it's fine. I just didn't know what would happen. It's like, I don't know. I'm still talking to Goku. I'm just like, I promised to protect her, Goku. I don't have the strength to beat the demon realm. I haven't broke my limit. How am I to save her if I don't? You guys can't fight all of them off while I fight Demigraw. Which is not a lie. I can't fight a whole entire demon realm while they fight the others. Well, you know. And Cross is like, probably she won't be so reckless next time. I think it's for you to do Draca. Let's be honest, people. Fat chance. I think my current history so far of what I've done is going to be a clear hint, fat chance of that. And Goku's like, we'll figure out a way. We always do. Plus, you said it would be only us. Bra's like, okay, geez, when you act like that, like you know me. And he's like, thank you. And he pats her head, letting the hug go. I'm like, promise you, Goku, no matter what, you'll see that Chrono's safe. Please, I'm willing to try, but I need all of you. And Vegeta, wow. Super Saiyan 5, huh? And Cross is like, oh, Bra? Bra's like, yeah. Goku's like, I promise, we all want her back safe. And of course, Vegeta's like, damn, thought there was no full beyond fourth. Or beyond, Super Saiyan 4. But he's like, but I'm not letting this go to waste. Stay here, Kakarot! I'll be taking this from here. And he coordinates away, tapping his wrist. Because I guess they got a watch or something like that. It kind of works like a teleporter. And Goku's like, oh, come on, Vegeta. And Cross is like, you're welcome to train with me whenever you want. I'm just like, Goku, go get Broly started on training. We are going to need him. Cross, take care of Brawl, please. I need to see Whis. I need to see if I can reach a higher power. And Braw's like, okay, well, I'm busy at times, so I'll see whenever, I guess. And he's like, and Cross is like, gosh, Draka. I'm like, I'm counting on all of you, please. I don't know where to turn here. And Cross is like, I won't let you down. I'm just like, Bra, I give her a quick hug, like, if you can. Try to find help where, try to figure out where they went, Demigod and all of them. Like, the sooner we find Demigod, the sooner we can save Granola. And I poof off to the Beerus planet. And Goku's like, I don't have time to train Broly, I have to... He's like, he sees me already gone, he's like, dang it. Brawl's like, I'll see what I can do, but Goku, please don't let Dad do anything reckless. You already know what happened to you last time by yourself. He's like, I know, I'm bringing Broly with me this time. I'm seeing how much more we got to go. And Cross is like, I'm going to get you as strong as I can on my own. I just hope it'll be enough. And Goku, he's like, you should be with Draka training together. It helps you grow, help you both grow stronger. He's like, a bit more beneficial for a hybrid Saiyan to train with one of their own. He's like, if you say so. And Bra's like, I'm gonna go search for Dad, and she starts looking through the scrolls in the chamber. And then Cross is like, but in my case, it'd be even more beneficial if I were training with you, Goku. Goku's just like, but I'm not a hybrid, but like I said, I gotta get Broly and go look for Vegeta. And Cross is like, good luck with that, and Goku's like, thanks, and runs off. So Cross is like, hey, Bra? She dusts a few scrolls away, like, what is it? And he's like, I'm gonna need Draco's scatter back to give me my scatter back. She's like, oh yeah, I almost forgot. And, she tosses it to him, and he's like, thanks. And I'll just say he did return to me, because I'm gonna leave that part there. Actually, I think that's where I will leave it. Yeah, I think that's a good stopping point. If you guys want to know more and see what happens to our lovely Supreme God Time, I think we all know what to do, yeah. Keep the requests coming. You know, comment in the videos, leave the likes, you know, so on. And depending on how many requests we get, will determine, well, one, determine how fast you get a part 5, and two, will determine if you do get a part 5 to see what happened to Cronulla. And see what happens to my dude when he goes to train on Beerus' planet. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are. And until next time, see you later.